Good morning. Welcome to cold Winnipeg. Minus 19 Celsius right now outside. Where is that spring weather that I thought was coming? Okay, once again, when I closed off here yesterday, I was full of good intentions. I was going to come back to the model table and I was going to finish up the wiring, and everything's pretty much exactly the same as it was. I gotta get at it. Now, what my hope is it would be really nice if I could get all of these wires to exit the other side of the hull, the far side of the hull, at a common location. Another thought I had was I should maybe check and see where are the pedestals that the hull is going to be sitting on. You know, where are they going to come? Is it possible to go down through one of those out of sight? Now, mind you, the far side of the ship, when it's up against the wall, if there was wires coming out of it somewhere, especially if they're down near the bottom, you probably wouldn't see it anyway. So I don't want to waste too much time trying to run wires down through a bunch of little channels when I don't need to. Now, on the other hand, I have said that I'm thinking of putting tile mirrors along the back of the case, so that you do sort of see the other side of the ship, the far side of the ship or boat, and especially where the conning tower is, because the conning tower, as you remember, is completely clear on the far side. Once again, I'm not 100% sure why Trumpeter chose to do that, but they're pretty smart people. They must have had a good reason for it. Maybe if I could read and write Chinese, I'd be able to find documentation as to why they did what they did. Otherwise, it's just somebody else's speculation. So, and YouTube, if you noticed, is loaded with speculation. And it sounds like fact. Oh yeah, we live in a funny world. Okay, let's just let me get at this for a while. I don't have any big news here other than the weather is the big news. It's cold outside. It's just starting to get light out there right now. I did turn out my outside light here about 10 minutes ago, just before I sat down. But you know what? It's getting lighter earlier. Yes. I'm thinking that possibly 2 months from now, I'm going to be back out on the bike. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm thinking possibly 2 months from now. In other words, possibly we might have an early spring and I'll be able to get out the beginning of April. It seems to me last year I was out on my e-bike around the beginning of April, and we had some pretty nice days. Then we had a blizzard. It set us back about a week. Okay, enough about the weather. Let's get on with this. I pretty much know what it is I want to do. It's just that I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. If that makes any sense. Yeah, what I am going to do, though, you remember I was talking about having each LED on a potentiometer so that I could adjust it up and down. I'm not going to do that now. I was finding that when I was running the LEDs through a 200 ohm resistor, that they were just too dim, but when they were nice and bright at 3 volts, which they're rated at 3 volts, but I don't. My opinion was that, or my thinking was, that if I reduce the voltage a little bit, the LEDs are going to last longer. Down in my workshop, I have some other resistors that are, I think they're pretty heavy duty. I'd used them for something else many years ago. And I do believe I have a 100 ohm resistor, and I think it's rated at 10 watts or something. But it should... It'll easily handle all these LEDs. So I might, just for the fun of it, see what a 100 ohm resistor would do. It could be that it'll drop the voltage down from 3 volts to maybe 2.8, instead of 2.5, which the 200 ohm resistor does. You're getting more information than you need and a lot more than what you want, right? Okay, let's move on here. I don't think there's a whole lot of this I can video myself doing, so I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and try and do it, and then after I finally get it figured out and my act together, we'll look at it and I'll say, hey, this is what I did. It'd be really nice if by the end of today I could have all these modules in place and lit up. Oh, I was thinking this morning that the stern light, the stern navigation light, the white light, I don't think it's a good idea to have it at 3 volts, because it would just be too bright. It'd be like a headlight, and that's not what it was for. It was just to let somebody know, hey, we're here and this is the back of the boat. That's why it's white. Same on aircraft. The tail light on an aircraft is white. Okay, just let me get at her here, and it's going to be a funny day. Well, I was going to say that I've gotten no place in the last 4 hours, but that's not necessarily true. I did get a lot of wires hooked up. I now could, if I wanted to, hook up and have all the modules on at the same time. Although this one here, I was noticing that I have to cover up the LEDs with blue tack, paint them. There's also a pipe that has to go somewhere in here, right up against the overhead bulkhead or shell. I'm not sure how I have to run that. But what I was doing here is I got the base, and I was trying to see where is it going to come, and according to the guide, one is going to go right about here, and the other is going to go back, I believe, back here somewhere. However, my thinking was that I could run the wires down through the base somehow, but you know, that's just going to be too awkward. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 exit points, one for the first 2 or 3 modules, and the one further in the back for the remaining 7, or remaining 4, that is. I think there's anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you get the idea. So I think I'm going to just drill a hole right down here. We'll have the wires exit just on the other side of this keel underneath here. We won't really see it, at least I don't know. I could maybe have them go forward to the I'm undecided. I'm really undecided. Okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I get a coffee visitor, and today is Monday. And when he was by this morning, he says, see you at 3:30, so I guess, yeah. What do we got here? 9 minutes after 1. There are things that I have to do. For instance, that pipe that I was talking about earlier, it has to be painted. And, I think it was Mark. I think it was Mark. Somebody thought that the headphones had broken off in the radio room. They're still there, so I guess it must have been something else. Okay, yeah. What else can I think to mention here? I'm going to call it quits for this afternoon. I'm just, I'm sort of at the place where I don't know what to do. I don't want to make a serious mistake, and thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.